Today we are catching up with Thomas, who came in with this awesome Leprechaun Class C. He's an Air Force veteran and a retired parks ranger who spends all his time now traveling the US and Canada in his RV, towing his boat, and fishing for trout and bass in the beautiful lakes and rivers of North America. Let's see what he thinks of his brand new outfitted Class C with our founder, Jeremy Johnson.
We're gonna dive into this, tell you all the fun things that we did to it, as well as tell you about why Thomas is here in Southern California. So stay tuned, we're gonna have some fun. There's a lot going on here. We did a whole rear bumper, but first, before we get into all the cool stuff, let's talk about the coolest part about this build, and that's gonna be the owner of this, and this is Thomas. And Thomas came to us, he learned about, how did you learn about us, I guess, first of all?
I was looking for a company to lift my RV.
Now, wait a second. Why would you ever want to lift your RV?
I was in the process, I just bought the RV, I just retired. I'm a full-time RVer.
Okay.
And I started going in and out of driveways, was scraping the hydraulic jacks, and I just got tired of it.
Right, and this is all really important, but what's really important is how does a lifted motor home drive? Because that's the biggest thing, is people go, well, there's no possible way that I could lift my motor home and it could drive better. So we are about to prove you wrong. We're gonna jump in, I'm gonna take the driver's seat, I'm gonna show him a little bit about what it's capable of and what he can do with it just on the road. So let's go.
Really happy with the way this thing is driving already.
So you're just over the little bumps and dips.
Big time difference right there. It's like night and day.
I think the biggest thing is too, is that level of confidence where you're not worried that you're gonna drag.
Right. That's a big time difference. Knowing that I'm not dragging, and it just gives you the confidence now to enter the gas station driveway that has a little angle on it.
Right. I think that's the biggest part too, is just going, hey, I'm not gonna drag, I'm not gonna be damage anything as I'm driving this as well.
So true. Now I'm still in the habit of angling. It's just a habit I do. I angle when I come off a hill or any kind of incline. These driveways, I'm angling in and angling out. Even though I have plenty of clearance now. That clearance, what a difference a 6-inch lift made.
Right.
I'm telling you, I'm so happy. Just looking where those jacks, the leveling jacks stand now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the big time difference there. Yeah, there's so much more clearance. It's just makes me really happy and confident now. In addition to the hydraulic jacks, I put snap pads on those hydraulic jacks.
Right. So now you've made the space from the ground to the pad even smaller.
Right. And then I lost my first pad coming back from Texas. I hit a bump or something. Lost the second one, lost the third one. After that, I had to order a whole new set of 4, so I'd have spares. So that's the biggest difference I sensed when I got behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Was, oh my gosh, this thing handles, the handling is like 10 times better.
And even being higher, we've increased the height of it, the center of gravity, but it's not as if you feel that you're extra tippy.
You don't.
At all.
I felt extra tippy
before
from the original package.
I know, isn't that wild?
Where the RV was like swaying and, you know, now I feel like, oh my God, I got so much more control.
So now originally you were thinking 4-wheel drive conversion. I gotta have 4-wheel drive.
Correct. Originally I was thinking 4-wheel drive. I had already talked to U-Joint in North Carolina, was planning on going out there to convert it to 4-wheel drive and lift it.
Okay.
But when I found you, it's like I went from, if I was to rate handling on a scale of 1 to 10, let's say originally when I bought it, I'll put it at a 4. Right. Maybe a 3 or 4. Now I feel like I'm at an 11. I mean, it's that big of a difference.
No, it is.
You know?
And I mean, it's one of those things that I try to explain to people, but so you found us then.
I found you and I was so happy. You're right here in California.
And you're from where?
Originally right here in California.
But now?
South Dakota. I became a South Dakota resident simply because of my full-time RVing.
Okay, perfect.
But when I found you, I was so thrilled, and I realized I didn't need 4x4. I can get it lifted, and then I could have a winch, and if I had a onboard air system, That would allow me to deflate the tires
Perfect.
and reinflate them when I need to. I didn't realize with the lift I was going to get such excellent handling conditions.
Right, because I mean, now we're driving 45 through these turns.
Yeah, and it's handling like it's a race car. It's amazing.
And you have to remember that we're in like a 30-foot
This is a 30-foot motorhome.
Yeah, that's like 12,000 pounds. No more than that, 14, you know?
It's amazing. Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah. And like we were talking, it's really, I can see the importance of having four-wheel drive. If you're trying to really like beach camp, you want to be in really soft sand on the beach, just planted. I can see where that would be beneficial for, I know a lot of, that's big on the East Coast.
Correct.
You can go camp on the beach out here. You can't even drive, you barely walk on the beach out here in California, you know, like let alone drive. So that's definitely not doable.
I have the winch.
Okay.
I have max tracks. I have the ability now to deflate my tires.
Okay.
So I can self-recover if I ever do get stuck.
Right.
I got tired of the scraping and losing these snap pads. I said, I gotta get this thing lifted, no ands, ifs, or buts. I started Googling, and all of a sudden I saw WeldTech, started YouTube. I followed you on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta do this. Thank you very much.
No, I appreciate it.
I am
Thank you.
so happy.
I mean, I love everything that we've done. I think the front bumper, that 12K winch, like you're saying, that's all insurance is what a lot of times I call it.
Well, that's what it is.
It's
insurance.
You pay for it, hopefully you never use it.
Exactly.
But that one time you do, it's totally worth it.
And especially because I'm like up in the Yukon or in Canada, these remote wilderness.
That's your goal with this, is now to be able to just...
Exactly. And I feel confident now. I have the winch, I have the lift, I have the max track, you know, so I can self-recover if needed.
Right. We have
I don't need four-wheel drive. I can deflate those tires in the soft mud or whatever if I get in those conditions.
So where is your first trip? Where do you plan on going?
I'm in the Eastern Sierras at Upper Twin Lake.
Okay.
That's where I'm heading with my boat, and I'll be there fishing for monster brown trout.
Okay. And then where?
And then I'm off to Arkansas.
Okay.
I'm heading to North Fork Lake.
All right.
And they have 30, 40-pound striped bass, and I'll be spending the winter in Arkansas.
So fishing is your
I went from full-time work to full-time fishing.
Awesome.
I just retired, and I'm a full-time fisher now, and traveling. I'm a traveling man.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely made me happy, man. I do appreciate it, Jeremy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I said, I got to get this thing lifted, no ands, ifs, or buts. So I just started Googling, and it's probably a little less than a year, actually.
Okay.
Started Googling, and boom, there you were. I found you, and then I was so happy you're right here in California, and it was half the price.
Right.
And, I got everything I need.
So then it was probably, what, a 3-month process from the time you started this, or 2 months ago?
Oh, yeah, there was probably, I think it was back in April, probably 3 months, 2 to 3 months.
And then finally,
yeah, and here we are.
Right.
That was the earliest they could get me in, was this past week, so.
So, yeah, that's it. I mean, so there is a little bit of a process. If you want to come for a test drive, come hang out with me. And we did a whole walkthrough video on this as well. So if you want to see all the cool things that we did to it, I'll throw up a card. There's going to be links down below to all of the things that we did on this RV as well, trying to help you guys make decisions into helping you build that perfect RV. So this may be my favorite part of the RV, is this illuminated resting post that it has up on the front of it, otherwise known as a tube winch bumper. But anyways, Thomas and I definitely had some fun going for a drive. I had to keep this one at about a 5, I'm going to say, because he did say he lives in it. There's a lot of content in there. So we kept it around a 5. So when you come for a test drive, let me know where you want it to be. Some people have told me like 7, and I take them for a 7, and they're screaming, holding on to the, you know, so.
5 was perfect.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. So we got to see how it handled. And let me tell you this. So today is Monday. He came back to add some more things to it. We finished it on Friday, and you did get to drive it all weekend.
And it was wonderful driving it all weekend. And on my way up to I think it's El Capitan Reservoir, I found a dirt road. I wanted to go exploring. I went through a creek bed and everything. It was wonderful. Not to have to worry about clearance.
Right.
I was going down in through the creek bed and back up, no issue.
Right.
I was so happy.
No, and that's what's, you know, so it is fun. I mean, I love hearing these stories, hearing how people are using their RV. I so look forward to seeing pictures please send us pictures
I will.
of your,
I'll keep in
your
touch.
journey, because they don't let me leave this parking lot unless I'm like hanging out with a customer and we're going on a test drive. Otherwise,
You got it.
an alarm goes off and
Sure.
it's just bad news. So thank you so much.
Thank
Thomas.
you.
I'm so happy that you love it. If any of you guys have any questions about all of the suspension, the upgrades that we did on this RV, please leave it in the comments, or you can reach out to us via email or call us and we'll be happy to guide you through this process. I think we nailed it on this one.
You nailed it.
Colors, I love everything. Luckily, we had an awesome customer as well.
Awesome.
So thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, I'm Jeremy from Well Tech Designs, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you, Jeremy.